not look like the same player.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Their fullbacks are so weak, and the Norwegian wingers, even Sheldrup was cooking them, and I don't think Sheldrup's like a top player. So, England has, I think, better personnel, at least in defense, by a little bit. Though I don't think it's an incredible defense, but I think England can match Holland's like physicality a little bit. I don't know. I kind of like disagree on that because I think Holland, yes, is a beast and whatnot, but for him to get service in this game, I think Odegaard's going to have a really good game. I think Nusa's going to have a really good game. I don't think Nusa's had a great tournament, despite the goal against the Ivory Coast and spurts in the Brazil game and against Senegal. I don't think he's been that impressive, to be honest. I've been kind of disappointed with his effort. Though I don't think Solbakken is necessarily like his tactics, leaving Oscar Bob on the bench for all of these games. I don't think it's the right decision. It's Sorloth as well. Why would you? I can't see Sorloth. Why would you start Sorloth against England? Like they have, play Oscar Bob, who's gonna, create something. But we'll see how he lines up. Personally, I think England's going to get it done because I think Norway's defense is so poor. That's not at it. So Norway's defense is on par with what, Belgium's has been. It's just Belgium has not really been tested by any. Senegal, I guess, was the best test. Egypt from outside the box. Honestly, Egypt and Senegal are probably the two biggest tests. England, with their attacking players, can go at Norway's defense and are clinical. I think England, I don't know. I think they might win this comfortably, to be honest. But maybe I'm wrong. I just don't. I don't know.
I feel like England's midfield is incredibly physical with Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham as well, to be honest. And I think that does favor England in this game because Odegaard, for me, is someone that when he's up against like a physical midfield, and honestly, just in general, for the past 2-3 years, this guy's not been very good in general. I don't think he's had a great tournament for Norway, despite the assists and whatnot. He's had moments, but that prime example last game, I mean, he literally has a sitter to close the half, or actually in the opening moments as well, and just hits it. I think it was straight at the keeper, and then Allison carries it over. But he's gonna, as you said, he's going to have a big game. I just feel like the midfield matchup, honestly, more than the attack, because I haven't been impressed with England's wingers, as I said.
Yeah, I think he was very good against Mexico, I will say.
I just feel like Anthony Gordon is one of the most his best attribute is his work rate, which it doesn't bode well if you're a winger, in my opinion. But I think he was good still. I will agree with you. He's very quick and he runs effortlessly. But I have to agree. I'm not going to say it's going to be comfortable. I think it'll be tight, maybe. But I think England get the job done, unfortunately, due to their, the script, the Jude Bellingham script they're following.
Yeah. And England will be in another World Cup semifinal, first one since 2018. But again, before I get into Argentina, Switzerland, this is regardless a very successful World Cup for Norway, already in the quarter.
Yeah.
And they will have Euro 2028. They're going to look like. Would you say they're a favorite? Maybe not, but inside the top 6, maybe for that tournament.
Yeah, I would probably agree. Probably top 6, to be fair.
Yeah. So they have plenty of time. They have young players, good players. They'll have plenty more tournaments. Holland's only 25, I think, so they'll have plenty more tournaments to do well. So congrats to Norway if they do lose or win, regardless. Next, the final matchup we have is Argentina-Switzerland, which. Honestly, in all honesty, I have this as the 4th in terms of upset potential. I know people will say Egypt should have beat Argentina, which is absolutely true. Cape Verde had a chance. I just think now Argentina survived 2 scares, and I don't see it happening for a 3rd time now. I just think finally they might not even play that well, but Switzerland without Manzambi in this game. I don't see how they get it done. Now, don't get me wrong. I think all of these games have the potential to be close, but I just think, I just don't see where Switzerland is going to break down Argentina's defense and score a goal. Is it going to come from Ndoye? Is it going to come from, Xhaka having a screamer and Bolo gets a goal? I don't know. Switzerland is a good team, but I really think Colombia was a tougher matchup for Argentina, unfortunately, and now I mean, maybe we have a Swiss miracle. We've seen it in Euro 2020, and the Swiss in the semifinal, by the way, would be ridiculous. But Argentina have not played well in the knockouts, let's be honest. They should probably be out right now. But at the end of the day, they are still here, and I just feel like Messi might just thread through that Swiss defense. I don't know, man. That's just kind of my feeling. I think it might be like a 2-0 comfortable.
So I want to talk about something that I feel like not many people have touched on this tournament, and it's the performance of CONMEBOL nations. Argentina, the only team obviously in the quarterfinals from CONMEBOL, and then if you look at like the other teams' performances, Colombia, I'll put them with Argentina as. Honestly, I expected more from them. They got lucky against the Swiss, but I thought they're a good team. I'm not gonna like say that.
I'd argue the best, honestly, if they'd been.
I'd agree, to be fair, but let's look at the other 4 teams now. I mean, you have Brazil, Uruguay, Ecuador, and Paraguay. Thank you, guys. I think we need to start having uncomfortable conversations about CONMEBOL.
Yeah.
Is CAF better than CONMEBOL?
Yeah. I mean, I would say so on aggregate, yes, that it is better, in my opinion. The reason I say this, too, is, as you summed it up perfectly, you are a confederation, South America. You have 7 teams potentially that can qualify. I know Bolivia didn't beat Iraq, by the way, altitude merchants, and they couldn't beat Iraq in the playoff to get to the World Cup. So you have 6 teams that enter. You have 7 out of 10 spots that could go, and yet you have 1 team in the quarterfinals that shouldn't even be here, probably. That is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Again, Colombia, my favorite team in South America, I think are the best team, as you said, Alex. And look, Africa, as sure, they have 9 teams in this tournament, or 10 teams, sorry, with the DR Congo coming in the playoff. And how many teams made the round of 32? 9?
Yeah, 9. Only Tunisia left out.
Only Tunisia left out, which, you know, it's Tunisia. But, guys, all 9 teams made it into the round of 32. Sure, we only had 2 make it to the round of 16 in Morocco and Egypt, and 1 into a quarterfinal. But the only thing Africa needs to develop to get above South America completely is just stop choking leads and stop the psychological effects that they have in games, because ultimately these African sides are so close. Their talent is there, the players are there, even the coaching is there in aspects. They really just need to get over this mental hump of having this inferiority complex that they can't beat these sides. Because ultimately, Alex, also, you're missing 2 African powerhouses at this tournament. Cameroon and Nigeria aren't even here. I would put Nigeria. Do you think, apart from Argentina, Colombia, and maybe Brazil in the AFCON, do you think, even Brazil, do you think any of these sides, I don't even know if I would be confident any of these other sides winning the tournaments if they went into it?
I genuinely believe, with my whole heart, if Brazil played in the AFCON, they would not win it. I genuinely believe that.
I agree with you. And people, I'm so sick of people saying, oh, well, I promise this tangent's going to come to a close, but we're on the topic because this is more interesting, and in my opinion, than right now, this matchup.
Yeah.
We're on the topic of all these South American fans stuck in 2002 saying, Europe sucks, we have to play San Marino, we have to play Gibraltar. Europe, you get 2 spots out of the groups, and the format's now changing. You get 2 spots, 1 goes to a playoff for the World Cup. And sure, Europe has more slots. I think it's 16 total. Europe has, 6 teams in the quarterfinals right now? 6 teams. And you're going to complain like, oh, well, South America's the best. You guys aren't even better than African football right now. I'm sorry, African football right now is the 2nd best confederation. I will stand by that. South American football, Chile? They've died. They haven't even produced a mid-tier player since 2016. Bolivia, altitude merchants, Peru. I mean, guys, this side, Ecuador, the dark horses of this tournament, they're drawing to Curacao. I don't know what else to say, Alex. I'm sorry.
You literally put it perfectly. I just want to add in a couple things. I mean, Cabo Verde, first World Cup in their history, knocking Uruguay, supposedly 2-time World Cup winners. For some reason, they were 4 stars on their shirt. Knocking them out in the groups. I mean, guys, that is embarrassing for CONMEBOL, and I think you put it perfectly. to touch on the matchup now, because we've gotten onto a bit of a tangent. Look, I'm in the same boat as you. There's no way this happens for a third time, but part of me thinks this matchup favors the Swiss, in my opinion. I think Argentina's defense has been so shocking, and I think, Exhibit A is Lisandro Martinez of the pack. This guy just gets dunked on every game, like for a header, literally every game. Cabo Verde got dunked. Sorry, no, he didn't get dunked on, but he was very poor on the goal from Duarte. Yep. Egypt, Yasser Ibrahim, who, by the way, in the air for 2 goals, made 2 huge errors, and you're letting him dunk on you? I mean, to be fair, it's a good header. Real Mbolo, for me, is someone who always turns up for the Swiss, and I feel like they're going to struggle with him at the back. And I don't know. I just think, especially with, the Swiss are not going to, I'm sorry to say this, but they don't have, the African gene. They're not going to bottle, a lead, I think. So I just feel like their defense is very solid. If the Swiss can get this and not take it to penalties, if they can get a lead, I just feel like they're not going to give it up, to be honest. Unless, again, this is the story of Argentina. And honestly, at this point, we need to have a conversation about this guy. Lionel Messi is this his best World Cup of all time? I mean, this guy has single-handedly, at 39 years old, put an entire nation, a bunch of bums on his back, to be quite honest. I mean, Julian Alvarez, by the way, last tournament, everyone was talking about, Messi finally has help, and that was a good team. He did have help. Di Maria was performing as he always does. Julian Alvarez, 4 goals in the World Cup, that's huge. How many Enzo's a revelation? We can talk on and on about these players. This World Cup, genuinely, I cannot tell you who has been Argentina's second best player. Probably Dibu Martinez, aside from him. I don't know. They've all been awful. And someone as well that I'm looking at, very, I have a lot of, and I've been very high on this guy in the past, Lionel Scaloni, by the way. This guy, for me, has had an awful tournament. I mean, starting 4 central midfielders against Egypt, I mean, what are you thinking? Are we playing, you're not playing a prime Spain or something, you need to clog up the midfield. They had absolutely no width in that game, and you have, DePaul on one side and, Enzo on the left, who's, Enzo's, by the way, cannot move. Yeah. And you're letting, Haitham Hassan and I forget, Imam Ashur on the left, both run at you down the wings, and that's why Egypt were finding so much success there. I'm looking at him. He is on fraud watch for me. I know they don't have the best wingers in the world. When are we going to see a Nico Paz? When is this guy going to get a chance in this game?
I always played against his Jordan, I believe. So
I mean, I know you have Messi. I know Messi's the number 10, whatever. I don't know why Messi can't play with another creative midfielder. Maybe he's a dictator, he might be, but I don't know. I'm looking at Lionel Scaloni very suspiciously right now.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. And do I think the Swiss can get a result here? Yes, I do think. I do think the Swiss can get a result with how Argentina's been playing. But again, it's going to take a huge performance from Xhaka. It's going to take a huge performance from their midfield, their defense. Yeah. They're a well-organized side, but I just think, maybe this is the time Argentina turns it up. But I beg Switzerland, I like your side, I like your fans. I'm rooting for you to get a result here, as I think we all are. And I definitely think the football world is after that.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
I mean, I beg for Switzerland, but I think part of me thinks, I feel like Argentina always plays the Swiss, by the way. I think they played 2014 in the round of 16, and for that, when I was 12, watching when Di Maria scored. I think it could be a 2-0 script there for Argentina, but if Argentina somehow do this 3 times in a row, the Swiss are winning. The Swiss are not going to bottle it like Cape Verde and Egypt, in my opinion. I think they'll set up shop. Because that's the one thing European teams have been good at this tournament, is keeping leads or coming back from them. And that's, I think that's massive. But that is basically our quarterfinal predictions. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe. Again, most of you watch the videos aren't subscribed. Hit post notifications. Don't miss any of the World Cup content. Let us know what your predictions are in the comments. We'll see you guys next week.
And in the right position to make sure it didn't go all the way through. Nicolas Zaiwald. That's a good-looking ball. An alert intervention.
Well, he's done really well there. What a great interception.
2 minutes of stoppage time coming up. Rodrigo de Paul. And a tidy tackle. Schlager. And it goes into the history books as a win for Argentina. A very satisfactory outcome. Your analysis.
Well, it was a very assured performance, wasn't it? I was particularly impressed with their play going forward. Really long.
Now, she is the most decorated British Paralympian of all time, both in terms of gold medals and overall medals. But now, Dame Sarah Storey has decided to retire. And I'm very pleased to say that she joins us now from Old Trafford in Manchester now. Congratulations, first of all, on an incredible career. Just give us a bit of insight into your thinking. Why is it now the right time to retire?
Oh, thank you very much. I think now is the right time. I always wanted to compete for Great Britain for as long as I possibly could. I thought 8 games might be possible. I've done 9. I always wanted to go out on my terms, and I always wanted to try and go out unbeaten, and I think I've ticked all 3 boxes. There's so many opportunities out there, and I'm really keen to try and explore some more things.
Yeah, and I mean, your Paralympic journey started way back in 1992 in Barcelona when you won those 6 swimming medals, including those 2 gold medals. Did you ever think back then that your career would have gone on for so long and had so much success?
Couldn't ever have imagined where my career's taken me. I was obviously a swimmer back then, as you say, switching into cycling 21 years ago. I never had ridden a bike, raced a bike as a child, so the idea that I could race a bike to the level that I have never even entered into my head. But I just wanted to represent my country for as long as I possibly could, and swimming was my first love. It's the thing that I did most as a child alongside a number of other sports. But swimming was the first thing that took me to international level. So it's been a huge privilege over the last 35 years to be part of one of the greatest teams on the planet.
And when you look back, it's probably the impossible question, is there a particular highlight for you, something that stands out in particularly?
And the keeper taking care of the situation.
It is a fairly impossible question. I always think about that first games. I think about the London Games. Having a home games is not something necessarily you're going to get as an athlete, and I was privileged to compete in front of a home crowd and win 4 gold medals in 2012. But also my final games in Paris, having both Louisa and Charlie on the roadside there cheering me alongside my husband, my parents, my in-laws, my brother and his family, my friends and colleagues that had made the trip across the channel. It was just immense to have everybody there that really mattered to me, and to be able to go out on a high from Paralympic competition, and that set me up for the 2 world titles I won later on in the same month. So I think coming to an end as I did is probably one of the most proud things.
Yeah, mentioning your family there, are they a huge reason as to what has given you that drive to be so successful?
Definitely, it wouldn't have been without my parents that I would have been able to do what I did as a youngster. The way that they drove me around everywhere, every weekend to a swimming competition or to a training weekend, and making sure that they were able to plan their family holidays around where I was racing. I met my husband while I was still a swimmer, and his support was instrumental in making sure that I could switch sports and keep on top of the innovation in cycling, because technology has progressed immensely since I first started, keeping on top of the rules of equipment as well. And obviously since the children have arrived, I've been even more successful, and that's something that I never expected. I always thought that I'd have to stop competing in order to have a family. So to be able to do what I've done over the last 3 games since Louisa was born in 2013 and since Charlie was born in 2017, it just fills me with pride. And I'm also so delighted that there are so many more athlete mums on our teams now, and I hope that I've played some part in being able to enable people to believe in themselves beyond having started a family.
And we know that you've been speaking about parasports. You've said recently that it's stalled somewhat in terms of the interest and growth. Why do you think that's happened, and how does that change?
Well, it's stalled in terms of the coverage. So if you think about the build-up from Barcelona in 1992, my first games, we had about an hour of highlights coverage every 2 or 3 days. And that built every games until we got to London in 2012, and we got wall-to-wall coverage across the entire games. But since then, that's really where we've stayed. We haven't made any inroads into publicising the competitions that happen between Paralympic Games. And I think that's the next step that we need to look towards, because that's where all of the things that happen to you as an athlete happen. That's where all the stories are that enable you to be successful on a Paralympic platform. The crashes, the adversity, the hurdles, the challenges, they all happen at World Cups, World Championships, National Championships. And largely that's invisible. So I really hope that can be part of the solution, and looking at how we can make sure that we can push on with that coverage and publicise what's happening in Parasport between games to a wider audience.
And we're speaking to you today at Old Trafford, the home of Lancashire County Cricket Club. Lots of people might not know of your involvement with the club. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm the chair here at Lancashire Cricket Club. I was the interim chair for nearly a year, and then I took on the role as chair from our AGM a couple of months ago. So I'm here to try and ensure that the opportunities for cricket across Lancashire continue to thrive into the future. Very exciting day for Lancashire. We're opening the AO Farrington Cricket Ground later on this afternoon, the official opening. We've had some test events there, and we've just announced some fixtures for both the men's and women's teams across the course of the next couple of months up at that outground. And it really is a fantastic facility. But all eyes are going to be here on Old Trafford tomorrow evening as we have the Roses March Yorkshire travelling here to take on our women's team tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock and our men's team at 7 o'clock. And it's a sellout crowd, so I'm very excited to watch both teams in action.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. And you mentioned at the start there that you're looking forward to kind of the next chapter and other things ahead of you. What is next for Dave and Sarah's story? What are you going to be focusing on now?
Well, we've obviously got a busy cricket season here at Old Trafford. I'm going to be heading to Lords to watch the Women's Test as well on the weekend. My daughter's participating and performing with the English Youth Ballet in Nottingham, so I'm going to be helping out with them backstage. And then later on this month, I'm going to be part of the presenting team at the Commonwealth Games. So I'm really looking forward to being able to present alongside so many other legends of sport as we bring Parasport events alongside the able-bodied events from Glasgow. And then beyond that, we'll just have to wait and see.
Watch this space. Dame Sarah's story, a real pleasure to speak to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations again on an absolutely amazing career.
Real Madrid are the biggest football club in the world.
Disagree. So you know I'm going to say disagree, though. If I'm going to say disagree, what do you mean? He wants to stop. He wants to stop. Sorry. Stop. Okay, you start. You start.
We can't even agree on who to start. Right, let me say, right? Raul, you start.
Absolutely. 100%. Right. History, present, and future. Real Madrid, 15 Champions League winner. I don't have to say anything else. I don't have to say anything else. I don't have to say. Sorry, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? How are you? Sorry, how are you? How many Champions League did you see? How many Champions League did you see?
Look at what time.
Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up. Because we shut you up. We already shut you up with 5 goals. So don't tell me to shut up, because we're going to blast it.
The biggest trophy for Arsenal last season was the biggest was the league. 5 goals against Real Madrid.
That was the season before.
We are the biggest.
But that was the season before. That's us.
We are the biggest.
Okay, right. Also, why do you think? Hold on. Why do you think Arsenal then are bigger club than Real Madrid?
You know what? I don't even need to talk. First of all, if you said, let me get what you said. You said past, present, and future. Exactly. So what did you win 100 years ago? Tell me.
100 years ago.
What did you win 100? You passed. Tell me not. Tell me first of all, when you found it?
In 19...
No, you don't even know. You don't even know.
Firstly,
what did you win 100? No. Let me speak now, because I didn't interrupt you. What did you win 100 years ago? Tell me.
100 years ago?
100 years ago. Because I can tell you what we won 100 years. 100 years ago, what did you tell me? What did you tell me?
What did Arsenal win 100 years?
No. He's answering it.
Our first trophy was La Liga, 1931, 1932.
And who was your manager?
Idea.
Okay, so you don't know that. So you don't know. I know our manager.
Hold on, wait a minute. One second.
Are you bigger because you know your manager 100 years ago? Are you bigger for that? Are you bigger than Real Madrid for that?
Second point. Now the third point is you said present and future. What did you win last season?
Well, hit with ferocity.
Okay.
When
And
accuracy
in the future,
This is all.
and in the future, but did I interrupt you? But did I interrupt you?
15 champions.
Did I interrupt you? No. Okay then. And in the future, what are you going to win?
Champions League trophy.
Okay, so you can see that.
La Liga.
So you're a mistake maker now.
Oh, because we
Are
are
you mistake maker?
Oh.
Are you mistake maker? No.
Hold on, let me. You both. Wait a minute, 1 second. You both set your case right. Let me ask you one question.
I haven't even gone to
Let me ask a question. He has won.
He's not him. Real Madrid.
All right. Real Madrid have won 15 Champions League, and he tried to. Arsenal have won none. Oh, wait, 1 second. Arsenal have not won the Champions League. They've won 15. So how are Arsenal bigger? What did they win 100 years ago? He cannot tell. No, forget about 100 years ago. Look, what about now?
Forget about
What about over the last?
That's where we start.
No, but you have to
can't even tell me the name of their manager.
So who's
90?
but that's got nothing to do with the president.
Let me give you a breakdown. Our first ever manager. This is somebody who knows his history because you don't. You only know about the future. No.
That's not the question.
No, but don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me because you tried to say shut up. If you're trying to tell me to shut up, what happened when we played you? We shut you up. And I told you to fight arrogant. You're still...
Hold on, wait 1 second. I'm jumping in.
You won the league.
1 second again. I'm jumping in tight. Right? You're not making your case well enough here, right?
I don't need to.
We want to know why Arsenal. Listen, I'm an Arsenal fan. But I'm there thinking to myself, they've won 15 Champions Leagues. Yes, we haven't won any. They've won leagues, we've won leagues, they've won cups. But on the Champions League thing, they've won it more times than any other team, 15. How can Arsenal then be?
Okay, then forget about 100 years. How can they be? That's where it starts. It doesn't start from when they had the Galacticos with Raúl and Guti and Figo.
They won 15.
I'm thinking about the 1930s. Because you didn't. Stop it.
All right, I'm going to make a judgment on this one because we're going to have to move on.
Interrupted now.
Wait 1 second. I'm making a judgment on this one because we're going to have to move on. The biggest football club in the world is Real Madrid.
No,
You have to be real.
No, it's not. Right. It's not being real about it. Because you haven't.
My decision is final. Right, we're moving on to the next question. Arsenal will win the Champions League before Real Madrid do next. Start off tight.
Hopefully. We should have won it long.
Hopefully, you're not sure.
Because anything can happen. I'm not as arrogant as him. He's too arrogant. And I warned him. Do not be arrogant. No.
So I'm asking a specific.
He's Mikel Arteta.
I'm asking a specific question here. Do you think Arsenal will win the
I
Champions
think
League?
so, but I'm not arrogant.
No, but do you think they'll win it before Real Madrid will?
Hopefully, but I'm not. Listen, I'm not arrogant.
What about you?
I'm not arrogant.
I don't think so. I think we are going to win the Champions League.
Tell me what. Tell me why. Tell me why you feel the way around. Because last season, where did you get to? Where did you get to?
Nothing.
No, how far did you get to last season? You got to the final?
No, man.
Okay. We didn't get to the final. Last season before that, you got beat by us. No. But you interrupted me. But when you interrupted me.
Oh, listen. Last season in Champions League we won the same trophy than you. Okay, 0, nothing.
No, you got to the final. You got to the final. No, you got to the final. Okay, you got to the final.
No, you got. All right. No, but you lost.
Man, you lost the ball to us.
Exactly.
No, you're just the final. So you don't care that we beat you. So you don't care that we beat you.
Raúl, let me ask you. Hold on. Let me ask you this question though, because it makes a good point. All right. Yeah. Neither team won anything, but we're talking about which team will win the Champions League in the future first.
Yeah.
Will it be Real Madrid or Arsenal?
Listen, Real Madrid.
1 second. Arsenal's evidence for it is the last 2 seasons. They got to the final last season and the semi-final the season before, and knocked out Real Madrid when they did it.
Yeah.
Real Madrid hasn't really been close the past couple of seasons to winning. And why do you think that they're going to win it before Arsenal.
Arrogant, not arrogant stats. Arrogant stats.
So what's that? What's that? Tell me the
So we don't need to create a team to reach one final.
So you said
The last 2 seasons were very bad. So it's not possible that we will have 5 years, 6 years without
that's going to be very good.
No, yeah, you were very good.
Okay. Well, what's going to be the big improvement? What's going to be the big
And we are
improvement?
changing the team 100%. We are changing the most of the team. We are changing the player. We are changing everything in the club. You know why? Because we want to win another Champions League.
But isn't that going to then take time to get up?
No. We are taking players now with experience. We are not taking players now without experience. We are taking players now with experience to win the Champions League, because we are Real Madrid, the biggest club in the history, and it's not possible if you don't get any trophy in 1 year.
Okay, right. I'm going to make my judgment on this one. You've both put your case. I think I'm going to have to go with Ty with this one. Right? You're saying about rebuilding, that takes time. Arsenal got a more settled team. They've got to a semi-final, a final. You know what I mean? Just lost on penalties. Maybe they'll get there before you. So, Ty, you take this round. Right, next round. Should be 2-0 to me. Thank you.
Now can they hit them on the counter? They keep going. Well, alas, the finish didn't match the build-up.
Yeah, it was all good until the final effort. Shows you just how devastating they can be on the counter, though.
Three and a half years ago, Arsenal fans barely blinked when the club spent £27 million on a squad player from Brighton in the middle of a title race. Fast forward to today, and that same player just helped end a 21-year wait for the Premier League trophy, scored a title-defining winner at West Ham, and is now on the verge of leaving for Turkey. So what actually happened here? Why are Arsenal in the middle of celebrating their first league title since the Invincibles suddenly ready to wave goodbye to one of the players who got them there? Let's get into exactly why Leandro Trossard's Emirates story is coming to an end. Let's start with the numbers, because they tell you almost everything you need to know about how this deal came together. According to reports, Besiktas have agreed a €20 million package with Arsenal, structured as an €18 million base fee with a further €2 million in performance add-ons. That's roughly £17 million, a serious feat for a 31-year-old entering the final 12 months of his contract. The transfer isn't fully signed off yet, with personal terms still being ironed out, but reports suggest Trossard is set to earn somewhere in the region of €9 million a year in Turkey, which by most estimates works out to around £148,000 a week. That's a significant pay rise, and honestly, it tells you a lot about why a player who's just won the Premier League might still be tempted to walk away from it. Because here's the thing that's easy to forget: in a summer full of transfer chaos, Trossard actually signed a new contract at Arsenal as recently as August last year. That deal gave him a considerable bump in wages, a clear signal from Arteta that he valued him. But crucially, it didn't extend his contract length. He was already entering the final year of his deal, and clubs don't usually hand 31-year-olds long extensions when they're already on the wrong side of their prime. So Arsenal were left with a decision that's honestly pretty simple in football economics: sell now while there's still a fee to be had, or risk losing him for absolutely nothing next summer when his contract simply runs out. Now, contract timing alone doesn't explain everything, because plenty of clubs let sentimental favourites run down their deals anyway. What's really driving this is squad philosophy. Arsenal's sporting director Andrea Berta and Arteta are reportedly hunting a genuinely superstar caliber left winger this summer, and that single decision puts both Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli under the microscope. The Sun has reported the two names on Berta's shortlist to replace Trossard are Aston Villa's Morgan Rogers and Bradley Barcola of Paris Saint-Germain. Rogers appears to be the priority. Fabrizio Romano has explained that Villa are holding out for around £130 million, but that Arsenal haven't been put off and have made what he called very good progress with the players' side already, exploring add-ons or a different fee structure to bridge the gap. Barcola remains on the list too, but reporting suggests he's viewed more as the alternative than the #1 target. Think about what that actually means for a moment. If Arsenal are willing to pay north of £100 million for a left winger, there simply isn't room in that budget or in that 11 for a 31-year-old on 9-figure wage demands who was already fighting a rotation battle with Martinelli. Selling Trossard doesn't just clear a fee, it clears space, both financially and tactically. Every euro from Istanbul is another euro toward Rodgers. And that rotation battle is really the story of Trossard's entire Arsenal career, isn't it? Talk to any Arsenal fan and you'll get a strong opinion on whether he was a starter who never got a fair run or a natural impact substitute who thrived specifically because he came off the bench against tired legs. Both arguments have merit. His best individual campaign came in 2023-24 when he scored 16 goals across the Premier League and Champions League, building on an electric half-season at Brighton that included a hat-trick against Liverpool. But last season, the title-winning one told a different story statistically. 50 appearances across all competitions, only 21 of those as starts, 8 goals, 11 assists. The efficiency was still there, the trust from Arteta was still there, but the nailed-on starting spot never quite arrived. What nobody can argue with is the moments. That 83rd minute winner away at West Ham in May, the goal that kept Arsenal's advantage over Manchester City intact right when the title race was at its most nervous, might end up being the single image people remember from his Arsenal career. Across 174 appearances in total, he leaves with 36 goals and 34 assists. A genuinely excellent return for a player signed as squad depth in the middle of a January window. He started in the Champions League final too, though that ended in penalty heartbreak against Paris Saint-Germain, and there was further final disappointment in the League Cup. The Premier League title is the one trophy he actually got his hands on, and for a player who spent a decade in the Premier League without silverware before Arsenal, that alone makes the whole spell worthwhile. There's a human timing element to all of this as well, and it's genuinely shaping how the deal is playing out. Trossard is currently at the World Cup with Belgium, and he's been outstanding. He started all Belgium's group games, scored twice in a 5-1 demolition of New Zealand, and set up a crucial goal in the dramatic comeback win over Senegal in the last 32. Reports are clear that neither club wants to force a final decision while he's still fully focused on a knockout run with his country, which is why an official announcement is expected to wait until Belgium's tournament is finished one way or another. As for where he's actually heading, Besiktas represent a fascinating change of scenery. They finished 4th in the Turkish Super League last season, a trophyless campaign that was only their second in 6 years, and they're building around new manager Vincenzo Italiano, who arrives from Bologna with a reputation for expansive front-foot football that could actually suit Trossard's movement and link up play far better than being squeezed for minutes behind Martinelli, Madueke and whoever Arsenal signed this summer. For Besiktas fans, landing a Premier League title winner with Champions League final experience at this price is a genuine coup. So when you strip away all the noise, this isn't really a story about Arsenal falling out of love with Trossard. It's a story about contract clocks, squad ambition, and a club that's decided the only way to stay ahead after finally winning the league is to keep making ruthless calls, even about the players who helped get them there. Ian Danta put it well on TalkSport, calling it quite a sign from Arteta that he's prepared to be brutal from a position of strength rather than standing still. Whether that ruthlessness pays off depends almost entirely on whether Morgan Rodgers, or whoever eventually replaces him, can do for Arsenal's left flank what Trossard so often did off the bench, turn up exactly when it mattered most. Do you think this is the right move for the champions? Let us know in the comments. Remember to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on any new videos. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Well, you've asked for it and we finally delivered. Relive the glory days with the most iconic designs in football history. Whether you're a fan of classic club colours or legendary international strips, we've got something to ignite your nostalgia. Perfect for match days, casual wear or adding to your collection. Shop the new retro range now at goal90.shop. Massive discounts await. Average players train hard. Elite players train smart. We didn't just build a mat. We engineered a blueprint for the 1%. Every line, every angle, and every drill was crafted through months of studying elite player biomechanics. Translate muscle memory to dominance. Goal90's own training mat comes with the app to take you to the next level. Get it today. Well, you've asked for it and we've finally delivered.
Relived the glory days, the most iconic designs in football history. Whether you're a fan of classic club colours or legendary international strips, we've got something to ignite your nostalgia. Perfect for match days, casual wear, or adding to your collection. Shop the new retro range now at goal90.shop. Massive discounts await.
Make sure you get it properly away, and that wasn't the case there.
For Monday.
It's not good enough from the goalkeeper. He's got to try and push that away from the danger zone. If you do that at this level, you're bound to get punished.
Scoreline tells it. We've seen it. One-way traffic as the game.
John, we look ahead to the friendly fixture against Falmouth Town tomorrow evening. Just firstly, though, the squad have been back in pre-season training for the best part of 10 days now. How's that gone? Tough in this heat, I guess.
It is, but they've all come back really fit. We're probably further on than what we were this time last year. Because last year we had a lot of lads who were still working, and then they got to adjust to full-time training. But because obviously as the season went on, we felt as though we improved, even though obviously we didn't get the results that we want. So I think coming in, it was pleasing to see that we're further on than what we were this time last year.
Has it been a better start to pre-season? I guess a more settled start to pre-season because of the fact that players were moving from part-time football to full-time football 12 months ago.
Yeah, and the squad's not changed really. One or two have gone, but majority is still here, so everybody knows what to expect. And it's been pleasing, and they've come back, and I couldn't have expected more than what I've seen so far.
Injury-wise, Dominic Johnson-Fisher and Lira Kasani ended the season, or before the season ended. How have they come back in? We've seen them out doing a little bit of running and some ball work.
Yeah, they've progressed well. Larry's just had a little bit of a setback, so we're hoping that's not setting back too much. But they have been doing well. We were hoping in a couple of weeks that they would start back with us, which, considering the injuries that they had, that's pleasing, and they'll be back quicker than we thought.
The rest of the squad all fit well?
Christian's had an illness, so Christian's not trained at all. We're still waiting for results to come back. So I think once he gets the results and they know what they're dealing with, I think he'll benefit from the diagnosis, and obviously we're looking forward to him coming back in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Dan Rooney as well.
Yeah, Dan got injured yesterday, mainly because of the surface. It's so hard, and there's no water on the pitches, and so it looked quite serious. We're hoping it's not going to be, but it didn't look good. Which again, he's had no luck. Last season, Nocky was challenged with Ryan Law. They kept him out for probably 6 months, and we could have done without that. But he's the only one so far.
What are you hoping to get out of the Falmouth game? The old cliche is minutes in the legs, but I guess that is one of the primary factors of playing a pre-season friendly against a team like that early in the campaign.
Yes, pre-season's always funny because you never gauge too much from pre-season. But I think this pre-season, then I'm not saying we didn't take pre-season serious last year. We did. But our performances weren't great. I think, apart from probably the Plymouth performance, our performances weren't as good as they were the previous year. So, no, we're very lucky to do better pre-season this time, and hopefully we can start with a good performance against Falmouth still early days. We wanted to try this plane. So, but by the time we get to the Exeter game and Plymouth game, obviously we're looking to start looking something like a little bit of spice, because it's a local derby, Falmouth under new management as well, so their players will have a point to prove. It's kind of a good game to have first up, isn't it?
Yeah, because obviously they want to win. There's a couple to play for. As long as I've been in here anyway, we've always won it, and we want to retain that. And obviously John Padley's gone in as manager at Falmouth, who's associated with the Truro previous years. So yeah, it'll be a good one for us to. It's always a good first one to start with.
The heat going to be a factor in terms of team selection and rotating players, giving certain players a certain amount of minutes, because it is going to be very, very hot tomorrow evening, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe we're going to put the roof on tomorrow at Falmouth and have air conditioning, so should be a little bit better for us.
Hydration break as well?
Well, an hydration break, I'm sure we'll have one of those, just for the commercials. So, yeah, but we know we're training every day, so there's no excuses.
John, thanks for your time. Best of luck tomorrow.
Okay, cheers, girl. Thanks.
Led the pass well and cuts it out. Well, now they could spring the trap.
And here at Hillsborough, the Swiss team. Several changes. Eichmann has been brought in to goal in place of Elsner. Eichmann, who is making a sort of sentimental farewell to international football in this game. And a very late change, number 10, Hosp, who is one of their strikers, has been brought in. Liemgruber, who was in the original lineup, has dropped out. A very great switch on the side, but it's brought in Hosp, who is one of the strikers, along with Kunzli and Quentin. The Argentinian team is exactly the same as played in the other match, with, of course, the absence of Jose Albrecht. Number 6, Gallet, has taken his place. Gallet, who plays for Banfield, has only had 2 previous caps, but he's taking that place in the back line there, in place of Albrecht. The men to watch, of course, are Onega and Mas, both from River Plate Club, and our teammate. These are the men who have been scoring the goals and setting up the players. And a very commanding figure, number 10 of that team at centre half. Gonzalez. There's a Rooney coming through on the outside. Bad clearance by Brotman. Mazzolini coming in very close. Mazzolini is still there.
Decent move looked to be building, but that's it for now.
Yoda turning it back.
There's something on here, a chance to attack.
Yep, they seem to want to tackle Mazzolini as they came through there.
Teeing up the chance now, and it all looks so good until the end.
Giant, good shot.
They broke so quickly and created the opportunity to shoot. It just lacked that clinical finish.
Good, It's moving in well out of their own end, but again finding that there's 8 players waiting for them, waiting for the attack.
This is a good run. Now, can he pick out the right option? And he's in there. Another goal. And the sort of day supporters dream of and will savour for a long, long time.
Let's see, Ronaldo. Yeah, 2.
10 minutes play gone, still no score. Got the Gonzalez again now. Onega's with him, Gonzalez still in possession of Basman. He just didn't get a shot away quite quickly enough. Fontaine. Nicholas Gomez. Onega. 2 River Plate players at the motor. Shot not far at the target, but not enough. If I like, they didn't have to move very fast for it.
Now the chance for them to pull forward. That might have ended up a lot better than it has.
Our team in.
We've entered the final third.
They're given away. Round Brewster. Rather dangerous. So we have Montgomery now coming out for a corner. It's going to be a short one. Goes to Ferrero. Back to Mas again. Mas with the shot. It's a good one. Not down.
Well, let's take another look.
Eichmann.
Great play to get things going. And as soon as you see Bruno Fernandes 1v1 with the keeper,
Come this way.
confident that he was going to finish. The power he generates leaves him with no chance.
He's not taking it. This is Gonzalez moving in. Onega running off the ball. Our team in. Beto Gonzalez. Just took the last moment again. The push back by Dortmund. Mazzolini is going to take it. Giving Ferreira something to go for, but just too far ahead. Goal kick to Switzerland.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Giroud running into trouble. Onega. Again, Eichmann doesn't have to move at all. Just get on the ball. I have a feeling that the Argentinians may pull something out of the leg with one of these shots there because they're giving them away.
Really special from Bruno Fernandes. That was a
virtuoso
display.
Bringing on Brewster into it. Now Switzerland move right in, only one man in their own half. On the other hand, the Argentinians cover out beautifully. Just let the ball run through the rim. On Brewster. And Brewster again. And a corner. Corner of Switzerland.
A truly special occasion about to unfold wherever you're
watching
from around the globe.
Katade. Back again to Kuhn.
As we look ahead to this fascinating encounter.
Nice body swerve. There's the header, but he didn't quite connect.
It's Panama facing Croatia.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Steely, being forced to got it into touch.
Just making sure you get
Ferrero with the throw.
a strong discipline
Fontaine, taking it right up to the fence and trying to get around the outside. Fontaine with the cross. Another corner. Switzerland now putting on the pressure, and the Swiss flags around the ground waving. They've handed out thousands of Swiss flags. All the Sheffield characters seem to be waving them. That was a poorish corner then. Onega. By Fiore. The horse, Benny. Diplomats goes into it with his body almost every time. Tackled by Fiore. Martin. Solari. Solari. And trying the overhead scissors kick. Right, come on there. Os to Kuhn. Fontaine. Kuhn. There's a good cross.
This could be threatening.
There's
There's nothing obvious on. Who got in the way of it?
Was a difficult one to judge indeed. One of them to Switzerland. It's Fiore's shot, which goes sailing away. Well, another goal kick to Argentina.
Keep the ball there.
And to Oscar Mas. Hustled off the ball by Godardi, and Mas getting the free kick.
In the right position to cut out the pass.
Campos of Portugal. Onega is going to take the kick. Martin is coming around the outside.
What he does. What can we expect to see from him?
Good shot by Onega, but not good enough. Goal kick to Switzerland.
Once he's past it, he's on the move. Wants it back again. He's a pleasure to watch. I'm sure we'll see more of that today.
Target moving like a little flash. Not quite fast enough there to stop it being a goal kick to Argentina.
And there's the first goal of the match. Deadlock broken.
I think that roar of applause is probably the half-time score, one of the scores in one of the other grounds. North Korea beating Italy. That is the reason for the tremendous roar.
And the game restarts with the score 1-0.
Doing now for Switzerland.
Budimir.
There's the cross. This is a difficult one. Closing minutes of this first half. Gonzalez taking his time. Onega, Hatimi in the centre. Hatimi with the header. Eichmann, no trouble at all.
Kramaric.
Führer. Brewster to Blockman, the sweeper up, rushing into the attack. When you find an attack, you find 3 Swiss players and probably 6 Argentinians awaiting their arrival. It's a rather large share of the crowd for anything on the ball.
His vision is just top class, isn't it?
Gonzalez. There's the cross. And clearly turning it away. Gonzalez getting a second chance. Kuhn. Gonzalez still there. The ball's still in play. It's way across to Haas. Haas beating one man, but paying for it.
Ante Budimir.
Fontaine, Onega, and fun. There's Onega. And there's the whistle for the end of the first half. The score 0-0.
I wonder where this is going. Sent into the middle.
Hans going to get run through to Kuhn.
Building there, but no longer.
To Fontaine. Now there are 6 Swiss up in a good position. Fontaine on the line. And it's angled across, but Roma quite well beaten on that one. Nice take by Mazzolini and equally nice take by Mas. Good tackle by Stierney. A shot by Hans. The crowd really enthused by the efforts of these enthusiastic Swiss.
So quickly, but there's still plenty to do. He uses his body so well to
Rodman.
and then finishes it with real.
And Kuhn again.
That's a confident goal.
Well, this is looking good. But not the end result they wanted from an
Onega.
position.
Almost getting his left foot ready for this one.
Budimir.
Mas. Hatimi. Dribbling his way to trouble, but not quite. Comes to Hatimi. Hatimi. Heading around the outside. Hatimi still there. There's the goal.
There it ends.
Hatimi beat
On the touchline it goes. It'll be a throw-in now.
So Hatimi, number 19, has put Argentina in the lead after 7 minutes of play. Hatimi, who's scored the 2 goals against Spain and scored 3 goals in the qualifying rounds and added another one to his total. Argentina 1, Switzerland 0. That's a foul. A jump tackle there by Gonzalez.
Further clear they go. There's surely no throwing this one away.
Down came on Brewster, who's limping a little. 3 waiting for the rebound, has gone through, but not a lot of trouble.
The keeper's left in an impossible position, and no wonder he's furious.
Gonzalez. Latine. Gonzalez again, and Onega's in a marvelous position. Onega.
Jose Cordoba.
Just outside. They pulled that play beautifully. Just outside the back Pereiro came around the outside and it looked to be a certain goal, but just outside. Mazzolini is very close to the ball. There it is, it's not a bad one. But no mistakes by Roma.
Well, nice.
Bielina.
The final ball just wasn't spotted there.
Yellow. Grimsby have gone offside. But in any case, a very nice interception by the goalkeeper, Roma. 17 minutes of play gone in the second half. Quick corner by Switzerland. Equally quick tackle by the Argentines. Sliding foot. Stopped by Mr. Campos.
Lovely ball, this could lead to something.
Ferrero and Gonzalez forming a short ball. A good.
And the defence regains control.
Roma pushing that ball over.
A well-taken goal, and no wonder he's off celebrating.
Well, here's the replay.
Then last by Cook, blocked by Oscar Mars. Onega flicking it through.
And once they nicked the ball, they weren't going to miss from there.
Onega to Gonzalez again. Our team is the only man in attack position, but Onega running through, and it's a good ball. Onega's there. And Onega's flicking it through. Beautiful goal. Onega ran into a beautiful position there. 10 minutes left to play. And Onega has scored his first goal in the final stages of this World Cup. He scored 3 during the qualifying stages, but that was a beautiful goal and a beautiful pass.
Some good work to win it there.
Artime and Artime. Solario. Solari. And then the goal flicked by Onega. Not far wide of the target. Still the Swiss gallantly taking away, but again the shot doesn't make Roma have to move very far. Artime.
The move breaks down, that's a real shame.
Onega.
There's a chance for them to go now.
There is the whistle for full time. And Argentina have beaten Switzerland by 2 goals to 0. The scorers, Argentina, Artime after 52 minutes, Onega after 80 minutes.
Four years ago, football told Erling Haaland he wasn't enough. Now he's making that decision look ridiculous. Back in 2022, Haaland had one of the greatest individual club seasons that anyone has ever produced. 52 goals in 53 games for Manchester City. 36 of those were in the Premier League alone, a new all-time record. He won the Premier League Golden Boot, the Champions League Golden Boot, the treble, and was named UEFA Men's Player of the Year. There genuinely wasn't much more a 22-year-old striker could do, except win a World Cup, because Norway wasn't there. And while Haaland was breaking records every month at club level, Lionel Messi was writing the most romantic story the tournament has ever told. 7 goals, 3 assists, a golden ball, and Argentina's first World Cup in 36 years. When the Ballon d'Or was handed out, it went to Messi. Pep Guardiola, who coached Haaland, admitted afterward, Haaland should win. Yes, he scored 1 million goals. But if Leo wins, they won the World Cup. Haaland himself didn't even argue. He won those trophies and also won the World Cup, he said. He's the best of all time, in my opinion. Whether that vote was right or wrong is genuinely debatable. Messi's tournament was historic, and Haaland's numbers were too. But one criticism stuck to Haaland regardless of the vote. No World Cup, no defining international moment. Here's the part people conveniently forgot. Football is a team sport, and Haaland was being judged for something entirely outside of his control. Argentina had Julian Alvarez, Enzo Fernandez, Cristian Romero. France had Mbappe, Griezmann, Tchouaméni. England had Kane, Bellingham, Saka. Norway had Haaland and Martin Ødegaard, and not a great deal else. A striker can't defend a back line, control a midfield and score every goal by himself. Norway simply didn't have the depth to even qualify. So criticising Haaland for missing a tournament his country couldn't reach was never really about him. And then something changed. It wasn't Haaland suddenly deciding to carry a nation. It was Norway finally building a team around him. Ødegaard matured into one of Europe's best creative midfielders and took the captain's armband. Antonio Nusa developed into an explosive defence-catching winger. Oscar Bob added a second layer of craft between the lines. Julian Ryerson brought Bundesliga-tested composure at the back. Leo Ødegaard became a genuine leader in defence. And Andreas Schelderup gave them an attacking outlet nobody had to design around Haaland anymore. The results were immediate. Norway went through qualifying with 8 wins, 0 draws, 0 defeats, beating Italy twice along the way, scoring 37 goals and conceding only 5. Haaland's personal numbers inside that campaign were god tier. 16 goals in 8 games, exactly double the next best player, ahead of names like Harry Kane and Memphis Depay. For the first time since 1998, Norway weren't just going to a World Cup. They looked ready to do damage there, and that is exactly what has happened. Haaland opened the tournament with 2 goals against Iraq, followed it with 2 more against Senegal. Norway lost their final group game 4-1 to France with a heavily rotated side, but it barely mattered. They were already through. In the round of 32, Haaland's late strike eliminated Ivory Coast. Then came Brazil. For most of that afternoon, Haaland was quiet. 30 touches of the ball before the second half water break. Nothing to show for it. Exactly the kind of performance critics have used against him for years. The big man who disappears when a game doesn't come to him. Then his manager, Ståle Solbakken, told him something simple at the hydration break. Stop conserving energy, go and win it. Haaland did exactly that. A header in the 79th minute and another amazing goal before full time. Brazil, 5-time champions, were out. Norway, for the first time in their history, were into a World Cup quarter-final. I dreamt of playing in the World Cup with Norway, Haaland said afterward, but I never expected to win against Brazil. His teammate Andreas Schelderup put it more bluntly to reporters. We're all just happy that he's Norwegian and that he's playing for us. That result put him level with Messi and Mbappe on 7 goals apiece, tied for the Golden Boot with the 2 biggest names in the sport. But it also quietly finished something bigger. The question used to be, can Haaland do it on the international stage? Nobody's asking that anymore. Now, there's a detail in all of this that borders on cinematic. Haaland was born in Leeds, England in the summer of 2000, while his father, Alf Inge, was playing for Leeds United. He was technically eligible to represent England for his entire career. Imagine an England side with both Harry Kane and Erling Haaland leading the line. Instead, Haaland chose the country his parents came from because, in his own words, it simply felt natural. Now that decision has produced the perfect twist. Norway's reward for reaching the quarterfinals is a meeting with England, who scraped past co-host Mexico to get there. A World Cup semi-final spot on the line against the country that raised him and never got him. Look at the sides Messi, Mbappe and Kane have around them at this tournament. Deep squads, multiple genuine stars, built to challenge for the trophy from day one. Now look at Norway, a nation with 3 previous World Cup appearances total, no quarter-final in their history before this summer, and a squad that, as ESPN's Gabriel Marcotti noted after the Brazil win, had barely a single player with real experience at this level before June. When Haaland scores for City, it adds to a win that was probably coming anyway. When Haaland scores for Norway, it usually is the win. Look at the rest of the contenders. Ousmane Dembele walked in as the reigning Ballon d'Or holder, yet at this World Cup he hasn't even been France's best attacker. That's still Mbappe, with Dembele playing second fiddle in his own national team. And Mbappe himself arrives off the back of a second straight trophyless season of Real Madrid. Brilliant individually, but with nothing collectively to point to. Messi, despite his amazing performances, is 39 years old and playing his club football in MLS, a level nowhere near the calibre of the Premier League or La Liga. Then there's Harry Kane, in the form of his life for Bayern Munich, standing directly in Haaland's way in the quarter-final. So, ask the honest question. If Haaland guides Norway past England and scores against Kane to do it, on top of everything else he's already done in this tournament, why exactly should he be sitting outside the Ballon d'Or conversation when everyone he'd be compared against has an asterisk of their own? 4 years ago, the argument was that Haaland's numbers weren't enough without a World Cup story attached to them. He's since heard that message and, quite literally, gone and built one, dragging a country with no business being in the quarterfinals into the biggest week of their footballing history, scoring in every single game he started along the way. Nobody's claiming he was robbed. That's still an opinion. A fair case exists on both sides. But here's what isn't an opinion. The exact thing football said he was missing in 2020. Well, you've asked for it and we finally delivered. Relive the glory days with the most iconic designs in football history. Whether you're a fan of classic club colours or legendary international strips, we've got something to ignite your nostalgia. Perfect for match days, casual wear, or adding to your collection. Shop the new retro range now at Goal90.shop. Massive discounts await. Average players train hard. Elite players train smart. We didn't just build a mix. We engineered a blueprint for the 1%. Every line, every angle, and every drill was part of 3 months of studying elite player biomechanics. Translate muscle memory into match-day dominance. Goal90's own training mat comes with the app to take you to the next level. Get yours today.
Would you guess that, like, a minute ago I wasn't wearing pants? I was in bed, going like, I guess it's time to go to sleep. So, guys, we have new information about the court center highest. Someone tell me if the trailer comes out, but for the time being, we've got this amazing image here. Mr. Faber, still not wearing clothing, has a tiger, some guy on a bike. Wait, who's this guy in this skull mask here? Is this just an outfit? Who's this? What's this image of? I don't know things. This is a cool mask, though. I was looking for a good mask recently. I would love to have this. It may it's just new outfits, but it's weird for a new outfit to be like the center of this image. So this is like a gas mask, so I guess it's probably one of the ways that we're entering the heist. The Court Center Heist coming to GTA Online, July 14th. Scope out Los Santos's premier cultural space and pocket prized artworks in the Court Center Heist coming to GTA Online on July 14th. Rockstar always does this. They always repeat the exact same information as the title. Link up with the mysterious Mr. Faber and his chief fixer, Raph the Angelus, to take on a blockbuster new heist. I actually want it to be a blockbuster, like an actual, the place that used to give you VHS and DVDs and stuff they used to rent. It's not going to be, but whatever. Where you'll meticulously stake out the museum and carefully plot your approach, then snatch the court center's most valuable exhibits. We're linking up with Mr. Faber. So what, he's not the bad guy? What if he, betrays us in the end or something? If he is not the villain here, I think he might be the villain later. Oh, so what this is going to be one of our crew members forging an artwork, and so we'll, replace the real artwork with the forgery? That's what this looks like, right? We'll have a master forger, and maybe we had to pick different levels of forger, and if we pick a low level one, we'll have less time to leave, because they'll realize it's forgery faster, some of that. Fake it until you take it. Taking down a culturally and commercially high value target like the court center requires a proportionate level of preparation. Investing in an art studio space expansion inside your mansion will get you started. Similar to other owned properties, mansion owners can also extend an invite to their friends and host them inside the art studio. So that's what the art studio is about. We're producing this art in there. That makes sense. I wonder if this guy will only be able to produce a certain amount of artwork, and that will determine how often we can hit the center. Once renovated, a gifted counterfeiter will occupy the studio crafting forgeries to replace the valuable target pieces inside the museum. Consider them your personal artist in residence. Gear and tech will accumulate inside your art studio as you prepare, and you and your associates will be able to select from this stockpile when building a custom loadout for the finale. Okay, so we can have a lot of options. So what the casino heist kind of thing, I assume. Well, all the heists have options, but I'm picturing more similar to casino heist. Approach solo. Ooh. Or with a crew of up to 3 other players. Having extra hands may help you escape with more. Raph will be your point man for the heist, sharing reconnaissance and vital intel as you execute your well-prepared plans. You can also expect your mansion's trusty AI assistant to come in handy. Really? There's going to be some practical use? How? Then it's solo-friendly, Speedrunning? I am a speedrunner. Will I speedrunner? Maybe. For those making their initial foray into mansion ownership, there's still time to take advantage of a special limited time bonus GTA dollar offer, so that's a better shoutouts, and the pre-luxury real estate's Richmond Villa property, the Vinewood Hills, is just a short drive to the Court Centre. Oh yeah, I guess the Richmond Villa will be the closest one to the Court Centre, because Court Centre isn't going to move. I have all 3 mansions, so I guess, though, if it does matter where your mansion is, then there will be now one definitive best mansion. Wait a second, the different mansions cost slightly, they all cost the same amount? They are different, yeah, so the Richmond was always the most expensive, right? So it's possible, when they made the mansions, they knew, they'd already planned the Court Centre was going to be the thing we're hitting, and so they made the best mansion the most expensive, based on this upcoming heist. That's kind of funny. So leaving on bikes, interesting. The centre itself from this angle doesn't look that much different. The art of the steal. Scope out the Court Centre in Pacific Bluffs to stroll along the works in the gallery's latest collection. Guys, midnight here, I was literally falling asleep. I'm sorry my reading is terrible. We'll try again. Scoop out the corpse! See, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I can't read. I'm going to be enunciating every word in my head. Okay? Scoop out the Court Centre in Pacific Bluffs to stroll among the works in the gallery's latest collection. Snap candid photos of the paintings on the walls without alerting security, and ascertain how to get in and out of the cultural foundation unscathed, with substantial variability to help keep your options open. Okay, so unsurprisingly, we're going in, looking what pictures, what we're going to steal, simulating, every heist, right? We go in, say, hey, that's what's in the center, and I guess we can get out this way. Very similar to the other heist. Substantial variability, though. I like it. Once you've scoped out the exhibit, you can meticulously plan out and gear up for your final approach. As the most prestigious exhibition gallery in all of Los Santos, the Court Centre also contains an abundance of fine art that can be stolen as secondary targets, and these stack up quickly, making the newest heist a most fiscally enriching score. Scoping can be beneficial to identifying these treasures, as well as discovering multiple viable escape routes. Covering your tracks and being covert will be crucial for a maximum take, since art known to be stolen will be harder to fence, commanding lower prices on the secondary market. Oh, so if you get caught during the heist, your take will be lower. I can't recall them doing anything like that, right? I like this. Because stealth is usually more of a pain in the ass, and/or is potentially more boring. There's less of a cool shootout or whatever. And so you get rewarded for doing that. It's like when we were doing the Diamond Casino heist, and I was like, oh, we got seen. Who cares? Just kill everyone. That's actually going to matter. Ensuring no witnesses and wiping CCTV footage will keep the heat off you and your take higher. Yeah, so say again. We don't want these witnesses to get into some kind of protection, guys. Wiping CCTV footage. Every time I see something like this, I think of Prologue and how that was going to be a thing in Prologue, and then they removed it. Court Centre Los Santos. New exhibition coming soon. Wait, surely this is a... Oh, wait. Is this meant to be Red Dead Redemption 2? Or is that a beaver in the background? And meant to be... No, surely it's Red Dead Redemption 2, right? Yeah, because this looks like North Yankton. It's a beaver. But this is... Oh, so what this is meant to be that North Yankton area? He got a rainbow feather. Like it says this is Ludendorff, but in Red Dead, like 1900. Interesting. This is clearly a reference to something. What is this? I know... What was it, ancient Rome or something? Or it does look like Nico Bellic. No, that does look like Nico Bellic. It's like that doesn't look like Johnny. Who's the other guy? The Rivalis, or what were they called?
Really bad.
Packy, yes. But here's Ben. Oh yeah, this could be Roman. Oh yeah, this looks like the Rastafarian dude. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Now I see it. So again, that would be Nico, and that's his missus. Yeah, I see. Little Jacob. That's pretty cool. In the McCreary's, that's what I was thinking. McCreary's, right? That might be one of the McCreary's. So yeah, interesting. Well, this just looks like the pool that's Devon Weston's old mansion, which we now have. But it had? What does it reference to? Bunny in a pool? Yeah, but is it reference to bunnies dying because the mansions were placed there? Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. That's funny. Is that Chop? Oh, there's Lester and the Bigfoot and it's not the Grinch. It's the Grouch. What's it called again? The Grouch. That's it. Yeah, no, the Gooch. Yeah, the Gooch. Can we recognize anyone else here? That's that crazy dude, right with the eye and the weird hat. Oh, that's the guy you give the spaceship pass to, Mega. And this looks like Jaspers from Prologue. That looks like CJ. That's the alien. This is so cool. Is that what the guy from the casino or Dutch? Georgina. Oh yeah, Georgina. True. Could that be Davey in the background? That looks like one of the bikers. Who's this? They have a little white hat. Oh, the Duns hat? Oh, Bad Sport GT Online, right, of course. This surely is someone, right? Oh, is that like an undead zombie? Maybe? Yeah, Vinewood zombie, maybe, yeah. That's very cool. I guess there'll be even more pictures later. Establish your own collection. Display your trophies with pride and place. In addition to serving as a base of clandestine planning operations, the art studio also allows you to show off successfully stolen masterworks inside your mansion instead of selling to Mr. Favor's clientele. That's funny. So you can steal the artwork and just keep it. I gotta be real with you, that's pretty cool. I would like to do with it, just to do that with any of the heists. I don't know, I just steal Panther statues, which have a whole room of Panther statues if I wanted to, right? And that's actually even smarter because I've got $400 billion. I don't need money. But stealing all the artwork and putting it in my house? Yeah, Rockstar has good ideas. Every week, that initial sale will garner the most robust payout, but with the option to keep stolen primary target paintings and decorate your mansion, along with 3 new paintings to steal each week and tons of variability in how you approach them. The Court Set Heist offers a unique level of replayability. Nice. Okay, this is all sounding aces. Righty, let's get whether it's a new car. And whoa! Fully prepare for the Court Center Heist by making sure you're enrolled in the Fine Art Collector program. Program this every update. Play GT Online to get a $500,000 bonus and a free benefactor Tarzan limo, and then complete any heist to claim the newest outfit and $1 million bonus through July 13th. So this is the same stuff as last week. That I explained in the update video last week. Mansion owners who play GT Online through July 13 will achieve elitist status in the program and receive a free Annihilator stealth helicopter and $1 million discount on the Art Studio expansion, a Court Center sculpture, and the opportunity to steal a special high-value painting to sell or keep inside their mansion. The Court Center Heist will also introduce new vehicles to GT Online this summer, including supercars, as well as drift and HAL Special Works upgrade options. GT Plus members will also be able to claim the brand new Grossi Velino GT for free from the Vinewood Car Club showroom starting July 14, a week before it goes on sale to the public. Let's go! Should be excited about that. I mean, I have GTA Plus, but also look for updates to the Rockstar Mission Creator and much more. I wonder how much of this Rockstar Mission Creator is going to be the same as the one we're getting in GTA 6, and how much of this is expanding and testing it for GTA 6. And that's it. That they're pointing to this as something that can be replayed a lot and will have staying power. Like, would they end GTA Online on the heist itself, or would they do another one? I mean, it's still over 4 months until GTA 6. It's possible that, 3 months from now, maybe a month before GTA 6, we get another update. I think they've got enough time for another update. If this was like 2 months before GTA 6, nah. They could absolutely let a heist sit for 3 months and then do another one. We will definitely find out based on the content of the heist and the cutscenes and what happens with Mr. Faber. I think this might have a soft part too. Yeah, it might clearly set up for something, right? We'll see.
Do you think we will see some story mode character show up in this update?
I think it's possible. I mean, they're making a lot of references here and here. They're referencing all the GTA or all the Rockstar titles, and it wouldn't need to be much. During some hoity-toity event or something, they could be there. We wouldn't even need to interact with them or whatever. Like, they could just hypothetically be there as a Franklin's there as just a function of his job, rubbing shoulders with the bigwigs of Los Santos. Like, how he went to that 40 under 40s event with Agatha, and he met Agatha Baker there. We hear about that. He could just be there. If they're making these sort of casual references, they could make those kind of casual references as well. Or maybe we could overhear someone talking about, I don't know, Michael as a producer or something. The sky's the limit. They can absolutely bring the characters back, or they could just reference them. And clearly they know, based on every update they've done where they brought back the main cast from story, that the heist and the content will do better if they bring them back. But do you really think Rockstar could resist putting them in the marketing? Like, think how hard Michael's return would have hit if he wasn't in all the marketing. When Franklin came back, he was front and center, teased the teeth non-stop. Michael the same way. Could they really hold off? Text2 on Twitter says, the likelihood of a GT6 reference within them primary paintings is sky high. Consider the paintings are rotated weekly. Rockstar may time it with whenever we may get more GTA 6 news. True. Imagine that the GTA 6 teaser comes from one of the paintings we steal. Like, there'll be a special painting can be stolen at the Court Center. Unrelated to the special painting they already say we can potentially get. Like, it's just like 1 week in an update, it's like a special painting, and you get it, and you like carve into it or something, and it leads to a treasure map or something. I, for one, am very hyped for this heist. Remains to be seen if this leads into another update, or this will be the final one. I'm curious what happens with Mr. Faber, and whether I end up speedrunning this heist.
have been pretty good. But it is soloable, so maybe. I am still very much so focused on speedrunning single player right now. But we'll see. I'm definitely not completing all of the career progress before this update comes out. So I hope the career progress that they add for this is not too egregious. Please do not be 50 mil, Rockstar, please. I know it's replayable. I know I ain't gonna have a lot of options, but not 50 mil, please. 25. You know, max 30, please. Thank you for watching. Please get into my live stream. Enter my $6,000 USD giveaway where I'm giving 6 people $1,000. Links down below. You can buy yourself PlayStation 5 Pro and GTA 6, which is cool. Wish you all the best. Bye-bye.
Will be a game you'll enjoy and you might be talking about afterwards. Stuart Robson is alongside me, Guy Mowbray, and we're really pleased to have you with us for this belting international fixture. It's Colombia facing Congo DR.
Yeah, I can feel the tension around the stadium. This is a massive game for both these teams, but only one can win.
If I had $1 for every time someone told me I looked like Iron Robin, I would have $0, because that's not happened once. But what has happened many, many times is Iron Robin cutting inside and bending the ball far over. So today we're going to break it down so you can cut inside and finish just like Robin. Let's go. So the first step of making the cut inside effective is getting the defender on the back foot. You want to get their momentum going in the opposite direction to which you're going to take the ball. So to do this, you want to drive directly at your opponent with speed. We're going to take small touches, but very quick, going directly at our opponent with the goal behind them. This is going to force them to put their weight on their back foot and jockey. Most defenders are going to want to show you to the line. They want to keep you away from the inside, which is the danger zone. So if you can get the defender moving backwards, when you then cut the ball, it's going to be very difficult for them to change direction quickly to recover and block the shot. The next step to cutting inside effectively is the cutting action itself. So as we approach the defender, we've got their weight going backwards and at an angle, so we want to cut the ball to the opposite angle. So you imagine the defender has an arrow on their chest, we want to get their arrow facing away from the direction we want to take the ball. This is going to leave them in a vulnerable situation and make it nearly impossible for them to recover in time before we've got the shot away. What most players do when they get in this scenario is they cut the ball 45 degrees inside, which not only gives Jeff here the opportunity to stick out a leg, block the ball, but also puts me in a very awkward position to be able to generate any power. So instead of cutting the ball at a 45-degree angle, we actually want to slow down for a second, cut the ball back, and then push the ball at a negative angle. This is going to give us that time and space, and also put us in the position to strike the ball with that whipping technique. As you can see now, my outside hip and shoulder are facing towards my target, and that's going to allow me to get around the ball and generate that curling effect. And the final step is the striking technique itself. So we're already in the correct position. We've got the outside hip and shoulder facing towards our target. Now it's important to stay disciplined. Keep those hips facing away from the goal. Plant our foot beside the ball, making sure our ankle is about 6 inches or so away from the center of that ball. And then we want to strike using the instep, so right beneath the knuckle of our big toe, using the inside of our foot here. We're going to strike that lower right side of the ball if we're striking right-footed. We're going upwards on the ball to generate some top spin and curl from right to left. We're going to wrap our foot across our body and then plant our kicking foot back on the ground. And by swinging our leg up, across and down, that's going to have the exact effect on the ball we want. So making sure we keep our chest over the ball upon contact, up, across and down. We should see that ball drop into that far side. And then once you've got all the theory, it's important to get those repetitions in. Start slowly to begin with, and master each segment individually, and then piece it all together and try and introduce match speed. So let's look at it all pieced together. We engage the defender with tight touches, we cut it back at a negative angle, we wrap it far post. So tight touches, keep it close to the body, cut negative angle. Oh. So there we have it, Unisport fan. Some tips to help you cut inside, create space, finish like Iron Robin. Before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos from us. Check out the playlist down here if you want to learn any skills, tutorials, and drills to help you improve as a footballer. Head over to unisportstore.com over here for the latest and greatest in football gear. I'm 7MLC. Until next time, I'm out.
And he's got that one away. Johan Wissa. Samuel Mutusami.
Predicting the rest of the World Cup. Starting out with France versus Morocco. Can Morocco get their revenge after that 2022 semifinal clash? They definitely have what it takes, but France are just looking way too good. They are probably the most stacked team in this tournament, with way too many one-sided results already. They just are the safe pick. Spain versus Belgium. Shout out to Belgium for that statement victory against the United States. But Spain have yet to concede a goal. They should push through. Norway versus England is probably my favorite quarterfinal match as a neutral. Norway making it to the quarterfinals for the first time in their history is already an achievement on its own. Doing it against the side that can literally never beat them. Norway's defense still looks a bit unstable to me. England should take advantage. Argentina versus Switzerland. At this point, even if Switzerland are 3-0 up, it just feels like Argentina will find a way to come back. Despite their two recent close encounters, they have played with so much resilience. Messi's numbers up until now are next level. Semifinals now, France versus Spain. Such a difficult one to call because as explosive as France have been, and Spain's defense has been the best up until now. All of Mbappe and Yamal's 10 meetings, Yamal did win 8 of them as well. Most people are definitely backing France, and fair enough, but I'm going to stick to my initial prediction I made before the tournament even started and say Spain make it to the final. Argentina will probably find a way against England, meaning the finalissimo we never got to have is the final, and I'm backing Spain to win the trophy. Oh, and France will win 3rd place. Sorry, England. Predicting the rest of the World Cup.
Chance for the equaliser. Well, that is going to be all for the first half here in Atlanta. He's certainly had a decent game so far, or maybe better than that.
Minecraft's new cushion, secret doors, crazy zip lines, and some beautiful builds. No overstatement at all. This thing, it's an absolute game changer. Take a seat on your favorite color cushion, and let's dive into the many beautiful uses of Minecraft's best block, maybe ever. Because it is brand new and intro to cushions. Added to Minecraft officially in this week's snapshot and preview, the cushion is a brand new wool craftable thing in the game. Oh man, now this is something that players have been asking for, begging for years on years. You crack it with 3 slabs in the inventory. Don't know how that maths out, but whatever. We've got 16 colors of cushion, every single one of them being just as beautiful as the next. Look, me, I know you're sitting on the edge of your seat wondering if I had to pick a favorite one, though. I think the light blue looks particularly beautiful. Or that yellow one. That's so vibrant, man. Now, believe it or not, the cushion is so good. If you're really intuitive, you could use this cushion to beat the Wandering Trader to, like, the end of days. So that's secret use number 1 of the day. But the real cool thing about the cushion is the fact that you could place it on any flat surface in the entire game. Whether that's a solid block, a half slab, or even a staircase. Yup, as long as there's flatness, the cushion can cushion. Now, in our initial snapshot video, we didn't get too much into the tech behind this thing, but why does it work like that, you ask? Well, that's because the cushion is technically an entity and not an actual block. If I turn on hitboxes here, just like the cushion was, say a living, breathing mob like the pig or something, the cushion, it actually has a hitbox going on here. And if we look really close at the cushion, the reason you can't see it pop out of the side of, say, a staircase or something when you put it on it, well, the cushion is ever so slightly smaller than a single full block. If you look really close at the edge right there, you can see the pixels. Well, yeah, that's the cushion being the tiniest bit ever smaller. And that's a little bit of opium, just in case you were nervous about the weird placement of the cushion. Well, the weird placement of the cushion has now officially been marked as worked as intended on the bug track. And that's where I'd like to take us over to next, the weird placement of the cushion. So as we can see here, we can place a cushion on the ground, on a block, on a slab, on a stair. The interesting thing about the cushion, though, is the basic rule that we have going on here is that we need a flat surface for the cushion to go on. That means with a staircase, you actually have two different options as to where you can put a cushion. And by our current rules, a flat surface could literally be anything. It could just be a tiny fence flat surface, and that's valid. The cushion can go up on top of it, and yes, you can sit on top of the cushion no matter where you put it. If you're able to put it on a trap door, well, yeah, you can put it there, or on top of a door that opens and closes, sure. Well, you can sit up on top of it as well. And this points out an interesting thing. If you were wondering about the bottom of a cushion, it mirrors the top of the cushion. Essentially, it's a little bit darker down below, but it's like kind of simple. So that got me wondering, what if we had a more complex thing in the game? Something, you know, kind of like a lantern. If we take a look at the lantern, like target the lantern, we can see that the hitbox, or the bounding box, whatever you want to call it, of the lantern, well, it's pretty complex. We have a square shape on the bottom and a square shape up on the top. That will mean that the cushion, it can be placed on the ground, on the next layer up of the lantern, so right there, or finally, on the top of the lantern. So that means something like a lantern with an advanced shape, the cushion can go on every single surface that is flat of the thing. Then I thought to try it out with weird things like a stone cutter and enchanting table. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead. You take a seat. Or you want to sit on a little bit of knowledge? Well, sure, you can do that too. Another interesting block that I was thinking about here is the grindstone. Same thing. We've got a weird shape in the grindstone. That means you can put it on the floor, you can put it on the little arm there, or you can put it on the very top of the grindstone. The interesting thing with the cushion here, too, as long as you can target another part of the block so I can still see the arm, I could have a cushion down there and a cushion up. Ooh, now that got me thinking about every single block in the game. Digging through this item, I was looking for a block, one of the most complex little boxes. And then I got to the anvil. It's a weird shape, but many different horizontal surfaces. That will mean that the cushion, it has tons of different placements with the anvil. You can see here, really, that the developers, when it comes to the cushion, have gone crazy and allowed for so much customization and functionality. That right there is what makes this cushion truly so game-changing. And to take a look at this, too, the cushion, it's so versatile here. Let's say I had a block like a path block that is ever so slightly lower than grass. Well, yes, the cushion will figure that out as well, meaning you can make a really smooth gradient, and it's a slope. In fact, here, you take a look at this thing, you could put a cushion on every single type of block in the game and make the smoothest looking gradient of all time. The world's longest staircase, here you are. Another quite interesting block here that you have in the game is the shelf. The shelf has a bunch of different horizontal surfaces again, and well, lo and behold, you can put the cushion on a bunch of different surfaces. Even set up a double-decker cushion using the back of the shelf, the front of the shelf, and the floor, and the composter. You know how this thing goes. There are a bunch of different layers inside of this thing, and actually, as you fill up the composter, you could put a cushion on a brand new layer every single time. I have discovered that you could have a cushion inside of a composter, sit inside of it, and now you actually have like a composter that you could actually sit down inside of, and it works on every single layer too. Dude, man, this is so cool. If you can think of another crazy advanced block, let me know down below with the cushion. And while you're at it, smash that like button, subscribe. Only 30% of you are. Next up, I think we've got to take a look at the building of this thing. Here are just a few different build ideas that I've whipped up for the cushion. Green cushion plus the cactus flower, and oh my gosh, it's a lily pad. You could maybe even make it a little bit larger or something, maybe like that shape. Bro, you're a nitwit. I don't even know if you know what a lily pad is, but look at him, eh? I said look at it, it's beautiful. Now, one of my favorite little build tricks with this little cushion is put it on top of a candle, and you have a mushroom. Man, look at this thing. You can build some kind of gigantic mushroom in your face, into the garden for decorating. I always love candles, man. They're such an interesting block. If I place a candle on the ground and then a cushion around it, all of a sudden, I've got like a squished pumpkin, a weird squash or something. You know, something a little bit different that maybe is out here growing. Or I could put a cushion on top of it, and now I kind of have to start to a hammer. But dude, man, we've been sanding for years, and even worse, holding it in for even longer, man. I'm sorry, guys. But chairs, obviously, the cushion here is revolutionary when it comes to different types of chairs in the game. You can take a shelf, put it backwards, put a cushion right in front of it, and this is kind of like the perfect seat for sitting on the floor down by like a campfire or something. Or you could flip the shelf right way forward, have a cushion on the floor, and then add another cushion on top of it, maybe a different color, and now your seat is really, really fanciful. It looks great with all the different colors in the game. Or you just take the shelves and put them in a square, and now you have yourself a small little armchair. Really cool way to make these chairs feel even more fancy. Put a carpet or a trapdoor on the bottom, then the cushion on top, and the armchair. It kind of looks a little bit more realistic when you use it. Big fancy dining chair or a throne or something. Man, that is so cool looking. Or a little bit more modern here. We have a twist on the classic old-fashioned chair, put a cushion on it, and you can use it. Maybe build it up with some trapdoors in the back, and we're back to a really, really fancy-looking chair, like the throne. Cauldrons. Cauldrons are really cool. You could have, like, different colored water in it on bedrock. Well, on Java, you put a cushion, and you kind of have a similar effect going on. It's a bunch of different potions. Or you could use the cushion as a little display cushion, because the cushion can be put into, like, literally anything in the game. You could put, like, your dragon egg down on the counter, maybe your heavy core, or even a golden dandy, and then you have a cushion sitting around it to make it look like a fancy table. Now, you'll have to excuse me, but this one, I was going kind of crazy. You see, I got this initial idea for the room here from Tom Lockwood over on Twitter. Look at the cushions going wavy, and then I'm using the straw bed as well. We're going to talk more about this beautiful little thing another time, but it ends up creating this really cool looking yellow skull. And that's where I got to thinking, man, the cushion, it really is going to be revolutionary. Because the thing here, it comes in every color. Also, I went ahead and made it look a little bit more realistic, do some decorations sitting around here, and even a chair for the manager that people can sit on. This thing might kind of revolutionize the shopping thing too. Or, and maybe most beautifully of all, again, Tom Lockwood is where I saw the initial idea. I built upon it, changed some stuff, and here we have the perfect modern room. And actually, little straight lines with the cushion as well. Yeah, guys, I think it's decided. The cushion might be the best thing of all time. Alright, as soon as I saw this, my very first thought, and pretty much my only thought, Slater, was never cook again. The cushion, it's not only great for the customizability and building, but also functionality too. Take a look. We've got a walkway inside of my mega base. This is where I want people to come and like hang out. Whenever I can walk around, jump around over here all day long. But as soon as I take a seat, it's a whoopee cushion. The whoopee cushion. It'll go up. Every single time you take a seat, man. The functionality behind this one, oh, it's so simple. I've got a scope sensor, waterlogged, so it's nice and quiet, sitting right down below one of the cushions. I've got some blocks to hold the water in, prevent some dust, and then a note block with the top right down below it. And every single time, this thing hears the noise. It'll make the noise. Did you know that you can use the cushion for a secret door inside of your base as well? So here, let's pretend I had, like, maybe a whole building, or just a gigantic wall for that matter. It doesn't matter. I've got a tiny little catalog in the back of this thing, and if you look closely, down below here, you get on the path, you can target the cushion and move right through to the other side. Now, I've got my secret rooms in your base, everything like that. Then, whenever I'm done, I can move back over here, interact with this sitting cushion, and I can enter and exit the base. Even better, because mobs cannot interact with the cushion. They are never going to be able to figure this thing out. Because the brown tone